Hi, I'm Emily Jolie, and this is for my article video. So for my article, I did an article. It's called "Including Social Opportunities During Small Group Instruction with Preschool Children with Social Communication Delays." And the reason I picked this article is because small group is very important in preschool classroom. It's that structured time with the teacher and a couple students, and children can learn so much. And I really like this article because it focused on um, embedded learning opportunities that a teacher can use during that small group. So this article, it was March 2015, so it's fairly recent and fairly new. So it's a really good one. It focused a lot about the embedding those learning opportunities during small group for children to learn that social interaction during the academic time. Children with disabilities and focus on social communication delays with struggles social skills. That was the focus of the students. And then a lot of the students, they were focused in a self-contained classroom. So through this, children are able to acquire info regarding their peers in a small group, as well as observing their peers. So it's really good for modeling. So students were able to not only work academically on what their goals were during this, but they're also able to learn more about their peers. So what they had was they had their peers learn about their friends' likes and dislikes, such as their friend's favorite animal, favorite color, maybe their favorite toy in the classroom. So that way the child's able to learn that. So when they're playing with them, they can say, "Oh, this is your favorite toy. Do you want to play with it?" and work those social skills within the small group activity. So the research was focused on 6 children, so 5 boys and 1 girl, and all the children were between the ages of 48 and 72 months. And like I said earlier, they were all in a self-contained classroom, in the same self-contained. The requirements were all the children had to be between 48 and 72 months. They all had to be on an IEP plan, and they all had to attend the school for at least 80% of the days so far within that year. Um, and the focus was of sight word instruction, so they had to make sure that on their IEP, some form of sight word instruction was part of their goal. And all children attended the same self-contained classroom for 2 to 6 hours, depending on the individual's needs for how long they had to be in the classroom. And then in the classroom, it had 1 lead teacher and two paraprofessionals. So, um, so the main activity in the small group was to focus on sight words, but through that they used the embedded opportunities to focus on social skills as well, especially for the children with social communication delays. So the sight words were based upon what the individual child had to work on. Some maybe were more advanced, some were not. But then through that, the children were able to watch their peer state the word or work on that sight word, and through that they were able to learn it too. So they worked on sight words. That was the academic part of the small group. But then through that, they were able to work on the social skills and sharing. When it came to sharing, they were able to give an item to a peer, or they were verbally able to ask the peer if they want, depending on their communication, if they're nonverbal or verbal. So through that, they were able to work on sharing, such as sharing the materials or objects they were using in small group. There were some modifications that could have been used. So modifications on the sight words, like I said, depending on the child's ability, what level of sight words they were learning. All the sight words were ones that were in the classroom environment, though. Also, some students needed more one-on-one individual before they could work in a small group with their peer. So that was kind of a modification depending on the child's individual need. So the social results from so the major points were that all children were able to say social information regarding their peer. Like I said, they were able to talk about what their peer liked, what they didn't like, their favorite animal, their favorite toy, and they were able to gain those social skills. And each participant was also able to share with a peer by the 4th session of instruction. So they had 4 different small group academic instruction. By the 4th time, they were able to share with their peer. They were also able to gain modeling from their peers, and that also went with they were watching their peers learn their friends' sight words. So on top of that, they learned their sight words, but they also were able to learn their peers' sight words. Sorry, something happened to my computer. So they were learning on top of what their normal individual sight word plan was. So I really enjoyed this article. I thought it was full of a lot of information. This is a newer, more recent article, and it did mention in the article that I wanted to point out that more information should be used about social skills as well than just the part in small group, because there's so many other times you can do embedded learning opportunity that aren't just in small group either, such as large group, or maybe going outside or snack time. There's so many other opportunities to do that. So this was just focused on small group and children with communication, social communication delays. Thanks.